Hey, this is Jake from Mito, and I'm going to show you how to get started with the tool. Here we're going to do an analysis of the amount of airports that allow pets versus the average income of the household for each state in America. The first thing we're going to do is import Mito sheet and then call mitosheet.sheet, which will render the blank Mito sheet. Now, to get data in the tool, we can do one of two things. One, we can pass in data frames directly as an argument, and we'll see those data frames appear here. Or we can use our import button here and select local files or add a specific path. But we'll select local files here from the current folder. I'm going to click this add file here. Airport pets is the first data set, and then I'll click add again. And zip code data CSV is the second one. So now I'm going to close this, and you'll see the data sets appear as different tabs in the Mito sheet. The first thing I want to do is merge these data sets together on this zip code column. So I'm going to click the merge button here. You'll notice the first thing that does is it creates a new data frame where that merge data set will take place, and we configure that merge in the menu over here. So in first sheet and second sheet, we decide what data sets we want to merge. I'm going to keep these as is. The merge keys are the columns that we're going to join on. Again, I'm going to keep these both as zip code. And then in columns to keep, we can decide what columns we want to keep from the respective data sets. And again, we'll keep all of them. So I'm going to close this. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this data frame here as data. And you'll see by doing that merge, we generated this code down here, which is the equivalent code for that merge. And so to use this code and use the edits we've made carry forward in the rest of the notebook, all I have to do is run this cell. And now if I use data, our data frame named data, and I do data.head, data.head, and run that, I'll see our merge data frame down here, which I can carry forward in the rest of my analysis, whether I'm using Mito or not. But let's go back to Mito and do some more things. So I want to analyze this pets column, but first I'm going to change these n's and y's to ones and zeros. So I'm going to add a column here. First thing I'll do is rename this to allowed pets. There we go. And then I'm going to use a spreadsheet function inside a formula here. So I want to turn these y's and n's into ones and zeros. So I'm going to use our if statement, which is just a conditional statement. And so I'm saying if this column equals y, return a 1, otherwise return a 0. Cool, and now we've turned these y's and n's into zeros and ones. And now I'm going to pivot based off this column. So I'm going to add a pivot table by clicking our pivot button here. We will see this generates another data frame as well, df4. I can select my data source. I'm going to use data, which is the merged data set. As my row, I'm going to use state. And as my value, I'm going to use allowed pets. And I'm going to sum that. So we can see for each state how many airports allow pets. I'm also going to add another value to do our comparison of average household income. So I'm also going to add median income, and I'm going to use the mean value here. And now we see for each state how many airports allow pets, and what the average household income is for that state. And so I'll close this now. And to just look at my data in a better way, I'm going to actually sort this. So I'm going to choose this column here, and I'm going to sort this in descending order by clicking the descending button here. So I'll close this, and now I can see which states have the most airports that allow pets. So it's Maryland, California, and Virginia, 12, 10, and 9. And we can see for those states, actually there's a tie here between the 9s, but I can see for these states what the average household income is to get a better understanding of the relationship we're looking at. And if I look down below, I will see the code for the entire analysis that we've done.